Caveat stars Jonathan French as Isaac, a lone drifter suffering from partial memory loss who accepts a job to look after a psychologically troubled woman in an abandoned house on an isolated island. This is written and directed by Damian Mccarthy in his feature debut, and just saw a release on Shudder today. Now, I've covered Shudder quite a lot on this channel, and I've been a fan of how they showcase some underrated and overlooked horror movies, and I respect that they take a chance on newer filmmakers presenting their work for their original and exclusive releases. However, their latest batch of films, with some exceptions, have been incredibly hit and miss, and this is yet another miss, unfortunately. Now, I didn't watch the trailer prior to watching the film, though the one image used in much of the advertising is this odd bunny doll that plays the drums, and when we first see it, it implied some sort of supernatural element being present. But just so you know, outside of the first scene, and only a handful of other moments, this bunny doll plays little to no role in this movie, and it felt more like this was the filmmakers trying to shoehorn in the bunny as more of a branding effort, especially since it becomes questionable if the supernatural elements introduced were even necessary. We get two conflicting ideas here. As I said, it's implied at times there's a malevolent force drawing characters to this house, but on the opposite end, with Isaac having memory loss issues, as the film dives further into his backstory, it presents a more grounded, character-driven storyline that reveals other reasons for him being at the house that totally contradict anything supernatural related, unless it was his mind playing tricks on him. Now, I feel bad here, as there's a sense this film was limited by its budget. There is a clear effort to make it look creepy, with a lot of long shots of empty hallways, eerie corridors, and Isaac coming across some frightening things throughout the house. And some of it does work, but it never felt like anything that flowed coherently. I don't know if McCarthy had more in mind initially and had to scale things back, but the story ultimately makes little to no sense. It feels like the film is a series of ideas, specifically plot twists, but with nothing fleshed out. The film will veer off in a number of directions, giving us moments that are meant to be big reveals, only for them to get walked back later on. And we get characters contradict their behavior so many times, it becomes confusing as what the rules of this world are. And instead of clever plot twists, they come off as unnecessary detours that are just there to pad the runtime. And whatever behavior isn't so much contradictory, clearly wasn't thought all the way through. The main thing being the caveat in question, which is that in order to take this job, Isaac's required to wear a harness that he can't take off during his 5 nights at the house, and it will prevent him from going to certain rooms. While he initially pushes back on going through with this, the exchange lasts only a minute or two, and he quickly relents, despite the fact that this was a clear red flag that something much more sinister was afoot. What's more frustrating is the fact that at only 90 minutes, it felt incredibly sluggish with its over-reliance on aimless long takes and moments of silence that felt like they had no real payoff. And then to boot, by the end, it doesn't feel like there was a real point to the movie, even when all the pieces of the puzzle come together. The motivations presented for why everything was done made little to no sense. It's a film that rubbed me the wrong way while watching it, and only got worse as I let it settle with me after. While there were some effectively creepy moments, it felt like a hodgepodge of ideas cobbled together that resulted in confusing character decisions and contradictory ideas. I don't think it wasn't trying, but whatever the idea initially was, it just didn't work for me. Caveat gets a 3 out of 10. So let me know, did you see Caveat, or are you planning to see it, and what were your thoughts? Did you find it scary? Do you have a favorite Shudder original movie? Let me know in the comments below so we can discuss. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it, and for more movie reviews and film discussion, please make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated. Thanks for watching everyone, and keep having fun with film.